golden light spills across marble rooftops, casting long shadows between towering columns, dusty streets, and bustling courtyards. This is Rome, capital of one of the greatest empires the world has ever known. By the 1st century CE, over 1 million people lived here. Senators and slaves, soldiers and merchants, priests, poets, and politicians all move through its stone arteries. The city is alive with the sounds of commerce, prayer, ambition, and routine. But today, we will not follow an emperor or a general. Today, we step into the sandals of an ordinary man, Lucius, a Roman citizen. No statues will be carved in his honor. His name will not echo through history, but through his eyes, we will discover how a typical Roman lived, worshipped, worked, and dreamed. This is a day in the life of a Roman citizen. Lucius begins his day in his domus, a typical Roman house for a moderately well-off citizen. Unlike the cramped and noisy apartment blocks, or insulae, where most Romans live, the domus offers privacy, structure, and light. At its heart is the atrium, an open courtyard with a rectangular hole in the roof, called the compluvium, through which morning sunlight streams in. Beneath it lies the impluvium, a shallow stone basin that gathers rainwater to be used by the household. The air is cool and quiet here, carrying the soft echo of dripping water. His wife Claudia is already awake, preparing a simple morning meal in the culina or kitchen. The smell of baked bread and olive oil drifts through the house. Their 2 children, Marcus and Livia, sit on wooden stools in the corner, reading from wax tablets and practicing letters with a stylus. For Roman boys, education is a key path to status and opportunity. Girls are often taught domestic skills, though Claudia insists her daughter read too. Before leaving the house, Lucius performs the sacred family ritual. In a niche near the atrium stands the lararium, a small household shrine. Tiny statues of the Lares and Penates, the protective spirits of the home, are arranged alongside a bowl for offerings. Lucius lights incense, bows his head, and offers a quiet prayer. Gratitude, protection, stability. These are not taken for granted in Roman life. This morning routine is as much about order and tradition as it is about faith. In the Roman world, the home is more than shelter. It is a sacred space, bound to family, gods, and duty. With his morning prayers complete, Lucius wraps his toga carefully around his tunic, a mark of his status as a Roman citizen. The cloth is heavy and requires practice to wear properly. He fastens a leather belt at his waist and steps into sturdy sandals, worn smooth from years of use. Before leaving, he joins his family at the small wooden table in the atrium for a simple breakfast. Claudia has set out coarse bread, olives, soft cheese, and a few dates. The children nibble at the food while reviewing their lessons. Lucius takes a quick bite of bread with cheese, offers a final word to Marcus about his studies, and shares a nod with Claudia. Then he opens the wooden door of his domus, and the world outside bursts into sound and motion. The Roman street is already alive. Children run past playing with hoops and sticks, their laughter echoing against stone walls. Traders shout prices in rough Latin, pulling carts laden with fruits, fish, and amphorae of olive oil. Bakers stoke fires, sending the scent of fresh bread drifting into the air, while shopkeepers open wooden shutters on their tabernae. Lucius navigates the narrow street carefully. It's paved with large, uneven stones and has no sidewalk. Rainwater from the night before glistens in the ruts, carved by cartwheels. He lifts the hem of his toga to avoid the filth, a mixture of mud, ash, and whatever was thrown out of windows overnight. Above him, laundry sways between upper floors, and balconies creak under the weight of flower pots, cages with birds, and gossiping neighbors. Rome is loud, crowded, alive. It's a mix of smells, voices, and energies from across the empire. As Lucius walks, he nods to familiar faces, a baker's boy, an elderly neighbor, a former soldier with a limp. These streets are not just pathways, they are the threads of his daily life, stitched together with routine, community, and shared experience. Lucius heads toward the Forum Romanum, the beating heart of Roman public life. Here, politics, commerce, and religion intertwine seamlessly, creating a vibrant center of energy and ambition. The Forum is a vast open space framed by grand temples, basilicas, and triumphal arches, where marble gleams in the sunlight and the voices of hundreds echo across the stone. As he walks, Lucius navigates through a swirl of people, senators in white-bordered togas, plebeians running errands, philosophers gesturing passionately, and merchants haggling over prices. Sacred temples dedicated to Jupiter, Vesta, and Saturn tower above rows of market stalls, creating a sacred yet bustling atmosphere. At the eastern edge of the Forum, nestled between a money changer's bench and a spice merchant from Antioch, Lucius reaches his own small stall, modest in appearance but neatly arranged. There, amphorae of olive oil, his family's trade for generations, are stacked in tidy rows. Their clay surfaces are marked with wax seals and small painted labels indicating the region of origin and pressing date. Throughout the morning, customers come and go. A cook purchasing oil for a wealthy household, a soldier passing through from Hispania, and even a priest from the Temple of Apollo seeking a donation for ritual use. Lucius greets each with the practiced ease of a seasoned vendor. He bargains in good humor, adjusts his prices with a smile, and often shares gossip from across the empire. Behind these everyday exchanges lies the vast machinery of Roman trade. Goods flow into Rome from every corner of the empire. Grain from the fertile Nile Delta, marble from the quarries of Greece, perfumes from Arabia, glassware from Alexandria, and silks from beyond the eastern frontier. The Forum, and stalls like Lucius's, are where these goods find their way into Roman hands, and where foreign ideas and languages mingle just as freely as commerce. The empire is not just a military machine. It is a living, breathing network of cultures, economies, and people, all converging in the shadow of the Capitoline Hill. And in this great system, Lucius plays his small but essential part. In the late afternoon, Lucius goes to the public baths, a place not only for cleanliness but for social life. He moves from the cold room to the warm, and finally to the hot room, enjoying the steam and conversation. Here, Romans play games like tabula, exchange gossip, and even negotiate business deals. As the sun sets behind the rooftops of Rome, casting golden light over the tiled domes and narrow streets, Lucius returns home. The air is cooler now, and the clamor of the Forum has given way to the quiet hum of the neighborhood. Inside the domus, the family gathers around a small wooden table. Dinner is modest but satisfying. A bowl of lentils stewed with herbs, freshly cooked vegetables, a piece of grilled fish, and a slice of coarse bread. In contrast, across the city, the wealthy elite recline on couches in lavish dining rooms, surrounded by marble, mosaics, and candlelight. Slaves glide silently, offering trays of exotic dishes, stuffed dormice, oysters, and honey-glazed fruits, while musicians play soft tunes in the background. But for Lucius, the quiet of home is a comfort. On calm evenings after the children have gone to bed, he might sit near the hearth and listen to a traveling poet in the courtyard, reciting verses from Virgil or spinning tales of gods, monsters, and ancient heroes. Night falls gently over Rome. The hum of the city fades as merchants close their stalls and the last carts roll down cobbled streets. In homes across the city, oil lamps flicker in corners, casting long shadows on plastered walls. In the quiet of his cubiculum, Lucius stretches out on his low wooden bed. The scent of smoke and distant hearth fires drifts in through a small window. Outside, a few voices linger, a dog barks, then all grows still. He closes his eyes, tired but content, ready for the duties and rhythms of another day. Rome slumbers, but it never truly sleeps. It breathes in the night, a city of emperors, dreams, and eternal glory, Thank you for watching and being part of this story. If you enjoyed the journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. A new episode is coming soon, so stay tuned for more stories from the past, brought to life. Until then, stay curious, and see you in the next video.